The violence is a public health crisis, and unfortunately, over the years, it has become like a cancer. So I'm grateful that the legislators and the current governor sees that, and they made at minimum, $250 million investment into these communities to address this violent crisis.
Well, those were people speaking out against Darren Bailey's appearance at a shooting scene in Washington Park. They were praising the state's recent investments in violence prevention. Well, tonight we're taking a closer look at Springfield's response to Illinois' gun violence epidemic. The Democratic-led legislature has approved $250 million in federal COVID-related funds for grants to community organizations, and they created an office dedicated to reducing gun violence. But will it curb the bloodshed? Political reporter Tamon Bradley has tonight's cover story.
In response to violent crime, this General Assembly passed the Reimagine Public Safety Act, $250 million in grants to on-the-ground anti-violence groups. Democrats call it a game changer. Republicans say we've seen this before. On average, every 6 hours in Illinois, someone is killed with a gun.
How do you feel safe? You can't even feel safe sitting inside your car anymore.
The state has the 9th highest rate of gun homicide in the country. 10 months ago, in the midst of a pandemic-era crime surge, Governor J.B. Pritzker declared gun violence a public health crisis and pledged $250 million over 3 years to reduce shootings. The legislature followed by creating an Office of Firearm Violence Prevention. State Senator Robert Peters sponsored the bill.
We're going to target areas where violence is at its worst, where people have to deal with violence on a regular basis, and we're not going to get bogged down in talking in conjecture about what's happening.
State Senator Cristina Pacione-Zayas worked with Peters to add additional funding for anti-violence groups through the state's fiscal year 2023 budget. Dozens with close ties to state lawmakers received funding.
Springfield has been attuned to investing in root causes. When people do not have access to economic resources, when they don't have access to mental behavioral health or comprehensive health services, when they don't have shelter, when young people don't have places to go or relationships that are meaningful that can help shape their path, of course we are going to see an uptick in violence.
To be able to truly overcome trauma takes a mind and body connection.
The Puerto Rican Cultural Center, based in Humboldt Park, is getting $2 million.
We're going to take that $2 million and we are going to begin a pilot for Latino returning residents.
The Cultural Center works with young males aged 14 to 24.
We are going to help them enter the workforce. We are going to provide them the mentorship and the case management from individuals who understand that lived experiences, right? From individuals who understand the nuances of what it means to be incarcerated and what it means to return home.
We're planting seeds right now.
Like the Puerto Rican Cultural Center, Enlace Chicago plans to use $1.8 million headed its way to do reentry work. Enlace and partner groups will work with 40 returning citizens.
These men and women have paid their debt to society and they're coming home. But you can't rent an apartment because they don't want to rent to you. You can't get a job because they don't want to give you a job. This pilot program is an opportunity for us to be able to support these individuals to really give them a second chance.
So far, more than $61 million has been committed under the Reimagine Public Safety Plan to community areas, municipalities, and associated programming. Government grant reviewers screen applications and decide whether or not a group is eligible. Taxpayer money for street outreach is not new.
We should be asking questions about where this money is going to go.
Republicans, like House GOP leader Jim Durkin, oppose the Reimagine Public Safety Act, calling it an election year gimmick. Instead, they push for sentence enhancements and other tough-on-crime measures.
It's on the eve of an election, and people can draw their own conclusions, but I saw what happened last time.
Durkin is referring to the 2010 Neighborhood Recovery Initiative, or NRI. 1 month before the general election, Governor Pat Quinn announced the state would spend $55 million to reduce violence in Chicago. NRI quickly came under fire when supervisors couldn't produce the criteria used to choose organizations that received funds.
It was basically street money that was being passed out. and it was a slush fund.
Federal authorities and the Cook County State's attorney launched probes. The issue dogged Quinn during the 2014 campaign.
You made a fortune off the misfortune of vulnerable human beings and workers and consumers. You won't take responsibility.
We've never been accused of wrongdoing, and you have.
To avoid past mistakes, the Office of Firearm Violence Prevention is monitoring the flow of the money. Chris Patterson is Assistant Secretary. He has final say on who gets funding.
We're holding our providers accountable by making sure that they're certified in the various aspects that they need to be certified in. There'll be monthly reports and quarterly reports that we're doing.
How will you measure success? Can you guarantee that Illinois will be safer in 3 years?
I feel it will. And how we'll measure that success is not only by fewer mothers burying their children, people being safe and feeling safe in their communities, the number obviously of our rate and volume of shootings going down and declining.
Northeastern Illinois University professor Lance Williams has studied gun violence for 30 years. He praises the massive investment, but worries about smaller groups getting their share of the funds.
Remember, these smaller groups have gone without for so long. They don't have the structure, they don't have the fiscal infrastructure, and that takes time. It takes months to over a year to get an organization up and running.
Secretary Patterson says he doesn't want anyone locked out of the opportunity, so if a group's application is denied, they're encouraged to reapply.
We're going out making sure that, not only that we're a hammer in this instance, but more so that we're supporting and finding out, giving technical assistance to those providers. Where do they need help?
At age 24, Patterson was convicted of bank robbery and served a decade in prison. After his release, he transformed his life and began working in violence interruption. Patterson says he knows how to reach young people on the streets carrying guns.
We want to know why people aren't working, why they're not in school, are their mental health being addressed.
With this unprecedented investment, Professor Williams predicts a short-term decline in shootings. But to end the crisis, he says billions more are needed.
You can put out a fire here, you go put out a fire there. That will help with this $250 million. To sustain it, though, it's going to require much more money over a long-term basis.
1 year ago, Assistant Secretary Patterson was Chief Program Officer for a small youth-based group. Now he's in charge of handing out $250 million. And in 3 years, he and Democrats will be judged on whether or not this unprecedented investment reduces gun violence. Tamon Bradley, WGN News.